Hi YouTube friends, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about three different things that I consider my secret agenda for this channel. The first one is going to be I want the folks that are watching these videos to start looking at the guitar as a full orchestra, as a full mini orchestra like Andres Segovia used to say, as a self-sufficient instrument, as an instrument that you can do all. You can play bass parts, you can play melodies, and you can also, accompany yourself, with the middle strings, okay? And I subscribe to a less is more approach, which means if you have a beautiful melody and a beautiful song, you don't need to play super complicated harmonies or super complicated bass lines. You have to let the music kind of read and develop. I don't subscribe to arrangements that are very thick. I like simple arrangements that enhances the best feature, the best qualities of the guitar and that sound beautiful as opposed to having a lot of notes. Okay, so looking at the guitar as a mini orchestra, as a self-sufficient instrument. That's number one. Number two of my secret agenda is I would like folks to start embracing, more styles than just classical. For example, I love classical, but I also love Brazilian music. I love bluegrass, and I try to play a little bit of fingerstyle and flamenco and different. You can't do it all, obviously, and you have to. For flamenco requires a lot of study. So, but being more well-rounded, been able to appreciate other styles. The way I look at styles, different styles are just different ways of expressing emotions. And for example, it also will depend on the technology. When the synthesizer was created, and when it started becoming prominent, a lot of progressive music came out in the 70s. Then techno came out in the 80s. Then EDM music developed out of that. Now we have artificial intelligence music. So music and technology are really, really connected. When the drum machine was invented and then sampling started becoming available, then rap music started using sampling in the drum machine. Going back a few decades, in the big band era, guitars were not a lead instrument. They were just a rhythm instrument. But when the amplification was invented and the solid body electric guitar, then rock and roll was born. And then the guitar was definitely now a lead instrument with electric bass now. So technology and musical styles have a lot to do with each other. They seem to be a relationship. Without amplification, guitar was in the background just playing chords in the big band. With amplification, now we have guitar heroes. We have your Jimi Hendrix one using, amps and being able to use the guitar and crank it up to 211 like the movie Spinal Tap says. Okay, so again, styles are only different ways of expressing emotion to the different cultures and with the different technology. If all you have is a drum machine and you can sample songs here and there, you're gonna create music by sampling and using the drum machine. And therefore a lot of rap artists, that's what they did, like I said before. Okay, now my third point. I want to be thought-provoking in some instances, but most of all, I want this channel to be helpful. That's my number three secret agenda point. I want this channel to be helpful. I want to talk about players that I love, and I want to talk about certain styles that I like I said, that I like and I love, and I've been devoting a lot of time learning, but without creating any kind of friction or bashing, like, oh, my music is better than yours, because like I said, music is just a different expression of feelings. And the other thing is, we can analyze music from an objective perspective. What kind of harmony, what kind of chords, what kind of scales. But the appreciation of music, the connection that I have with certain players and certain styles, that's subjective. That's my experience. When I heard Tito Puente play live and I attended that concert by myself, I fell in love with it. I decided that I wanted to do music the rest of my life that day. That was Tito Puente. And when I saw him live for the first time, and when I saw Paco de Lucia live, and I got lucky and I got good tickets. I was in the very front, and I wanted to play flamenco for the rest of my life. The Tito Puente was true. I'm still playing music. The Paco de Lucia didn't come true. I just don't only play flamenco. In fact, I play very little. But nonetheless, that day I made a connection with that type of music. So that me loving certain Wes Montgomery and Albert Lee, for example, and Pat Metheny, that's a subjective experience that of where I've been, and you know, and when I listen to them, I discovered Metheny, John Scofield, and Joe Pass, Peter Sprague, around the late 80s, all of them around the same time. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but those players I still love today. If somebody asks me who's the best jazz guitar player, I might say, number one could be Wes Montgomery for me, But that doesn't mean everybody else is bad. Like, that doesn't mean Bernie Kessel doesn't know how to play, or Grant Green. Not at all. There's different people connect with different players. And also there's music for different situations. There's worship music when you're at church to praise God. There's also music for partying if you are at a nightclub and you're dancing. There's music for that. There's music for elevator music. They call it when you're in an office, you're relaxing, or the supermarket, and you're working, and there's music for study. For example, music that I love, if I want to study something, I can't be listening to music that I love. I get too distracted. In fact, any music gets me distracted. So I need something like Enya or something like that, like a background music that I don't start paying attention to. So there's music for different occasions, like I said. In fact, I have some notes. There's music for eating and for the film. Film scores have, if it's a mystery movie, you have certain scores. If it's a happy scene, or if it's, a sort of a reflective sort of scene, and there's the film score has different music for the different scenes, okay? So, and also complex music or avant-garde doesn't equal better. There's music is for different reasons is made, so those are my three things. The first one is looking at guitar as a mini orchestra in which you're capable to do all the parts yourself, and you can arrange pieces in a simple way and make them sound beautiful. The second is you can embrace different styles because they're just different forms of expression of the different cultures of eras. Like I said, progressive metal, rock and roll, different eras, rap, and then if you go back to classical, there's music is different styles are different forms of expression of feelings. And my third one is I want this channel to be helpful. I want to talk about players that I love, with the understanding that it's subjective. It's completely subjective. Music can be analyzed objectively, but the connection we make with music, something that speaks to my heart, that is a subjective connection that I make with a player, but not everybody else. Some people have different players that they connect with. They resonate with them. And that's okay. That's okay. That's why we're different. I'm different than my neighbor and the guy I sit next to at at work. Okay? So there you have it. Those are my 3 points. Thank you for listening. I'll be having more lessons and more playing, but I wanted to do this video. I've been a little sick lately, but I'm marching on with the channel, and looking forward to see you on the next one. Bye.